Hello and welcome to this mind and body yoga flow. If you have blocks, grab them for this practice. If you don't, all good. I'm going to show you modifications as we go through. So come into a comfortable seated position. This may be with your legs crossed, with your legs out, whatever works best for you. I know crossed legs aren't comfortable for everyone. So I just want you to bring your hands to your heart, straighten your back. Imagine that you've got someone pulling your head on a string, lifting up. And just allow yourself to breathe naturally here, not forcing the breath in any way, shape or form. Just feeling the breath move in and out of your body. Allow your belly to expand when you inhale if it feels that that's what it wants to do. As you exhale, you feel it come back, feeling maybe the rise and fall of your chest. Breath is such a beautiful thing. It's something that we just do naturally every single day. And it's something that I, for one, am incredibly grateful for. Continue to breathe here, maybe keeping your hands on your heart, bringing the palms together, or your palms on your knees. Lowering the chin slightly. Inhale and exhale. When you inhale, bring the belly forward, seated cat-cow. Exhale, curving the back, allowing your body to move freely. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Let's do 2 more of those. Inhale. Exhale. And on the last one, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Back up straight. And then we're just going to do some circles. So right over to the left, circling, not caring what this looks like, just embracing how it actually feels for your body. Moving over, reversing it. So left to right, circle round. One more. Back to center. Bring your left palm onto the mat beside you. Lift the right arm up and overhead, bending that left arm back up. And we're just gonna flow here, so not holding, just flowing from side to side. You might wanna wave round as you move on to the other side. Feeling that stretch within the back. One more on each side. Back to center. Coming into a tabletop position, and we are going to move into a downward facing dog. So tucking the toes under here, lifting the knees off the mat, coming back into a downward facing dog, like an L shape, upside down L shape. Now if your heels don't touch the ground, all good. They might be hair, they might be hair. Connect with your body. Begin to walk out your dog hair. Bend your knees also if you need to in downward facing dog. As we move through, you might find that each downward dog, there's a shift and a change. Look between the hands and begin to slowly walk to the top of your mat with each foot. Hands on the mat, shifting the heels up and back. You might want to bring in your blocks here on the highest height to rest your palms on. Coming up into a forward fold, half forward fold, head towards your thighs, and then slowly begin to lift the body up. Arms overhead, circling those arms, palms in front of your chest. Circle the arms again. Interlace the fingers, keeping your index fingers out, and they are pressing together. Inhale to prepare, exhale over to the right, back to center, over to the left, back to center. One more time on each side. Back to center. Release the arms either side of the body. Begin to gently roll down. Fingertips, hands on the mat or on your block, your choice. Press the palms into the mat, step back with the right, step back with the left, downward facing dog. Come onto the knees, palms pressed in, untuck the toes, shift the body forward, slide the chest through. So now you're laying on your mat. Hands either side of the chest, baby cobra, lift up. Drop the head back down to the mat. Let's do 2 more of those. Tuck the toes under, come up onto your knees, back into a downward facing dog. And I'll shift that the next time round so you can see and feel how it's different. Begin to gently walk again to the top of your mat. Forward fold, head to thighs, half forward fold, hand on the shins or on a block. Circle the arms up and overhead, palms in front of the chest. Circle the arms up, interlace the fingers, keep the index fingers out. Feet hip width distance apart. Inhale to prepare, exhale, lean over to the right side of the body, feeling that stretch taking place. Back to center, over to the left, back to center. This time we're going to circle it. So over to the right, circle around, bend the knees slightly, over to the left, back to center. This time, bend over to the left, circle round. Feels so good for the back. Back to center. Arms drop either side of the body. Bring the palms in front of your chest and just digest what we've just done. Just take that in for a moment. Looking ahead, chin up, always proud. Circle the arms up and overhead. Palms come together in front of the chest. Forward fold, half forward fold. Step back with the left, step back with the right. Downward facing dog. Come into a plank position or with your knees on the mat like we done the first time. Shift the weight forward. Begin to drop the elbows, chaturanga. Keep those elbows tucked into the side. Slide through, untuck the toes, lift up. thighs, legs off the mat into, I can't remember the word. Oh my gosh. Oh. Upward facing dog, thank you. My days. Upward facing dog. Feet tucked back into your downward facing dog. I do not edit anything from my videos. Whatever's happening in my mind is gonna come out in these videos because I want them to be authentic. And sometimes I forget my right from left. Sometimes I'm like, what pose am I doing? Even though I've done it a million times. But anyway, that's life. Look between the hands and big steps forward this time. Right and left. Circle the arms overhead, palms in front of the chest. Moving on from where we were previously. Arms overhead, dropping the weight back into the heels, coming into a chair pose. Looking down at the mat in front. Toes, feet pressed into the mat. Bring the palms together in front of the chest. And then bring your left elbow on your right thigh. Looking over to the right side of the body, pressing the palms together. Step back with the left foot. Bending that right knee. Now, if you're like, Danielle, this is too much, you might just want to bring in a block. Place your left hand on the block and just raise your right arm over above, or just place your right arm on your thigh. All good. Staying here in crescent pose, and then we're going to come up, lifting the arms up overhead. Open up the arms, chest out in front, arms up overhead. Plant the hands into the mat, step back, plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog or that baby cobra. Stepping back into a downward facing dog. Coming again to the front of the mat. Forward fold, half forward fold. Circle the arms up and overhead. Back down and around. Circle the arms up, coming into that chair pose. Feet can be together or they can be hip width distance apart. Bring the hands together in front of the chest. Twist over to the left side this time. Looking over to the left. Step the right foot back. Remember, you always have options. So if you don't want to keep the palms pressed together here, you can do the alternatives that I shared. Coming up, crescent pose, bending the arms, chest out in front, arms overhead, palms to the mat, step back, downward facing dog. Just walk out your dog hair. And we're going to do another round on each side. So coming into a plank position or on your knees, all good. Coming down into that chaturanga if you want to take it there. Upward facing dog, back into a downward facing dog. If you want to jump to the top of your mat, look in between your palms, bend your knees, bring your feet closer together. Inhale, exhale. Jump to the top. Forward fold, half forward fold. Circle the arms up, come down, this time directly into your chair pose. Sweep the arms back up. Bring the palms together. Left elbow on the right thigh. Step back with that left foot, looking over to the right. Release the hands, coming up into a high lunge position. Bend the elbows, chest out, arms up overhead, palms pressed into the mat. Step back into a downward facing dog. Plank pose, shift forward. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Back into a downward facing dog. Breathe here. Step the left foot forward. Step the right foot forward. Half forward fold. Forward fold. Circle the arms up and overhead, coming into that chair pose, palms in front of the chest. Right elbow on left thigh, palms together. Step that right foot back, arms overhead. Bend those elbows, chest out, arms up. Plant the palms, step back, plank or bending the knees, chaturanga, upward facing dog. Here we go. This time we're gonna switch this one up. So right leg lifted, step the right foot forward, coming up into that high lunge. This time bring the palms together in front of the chest. Place that left elbow on that right thigh. If you want to go further, drop the left hand onto your mat or onto a block. Right arm up and overhead. Release that, step back. Lift the left leg. Step left leg forward. Plant that left foot into the mat. Come up into that high lunge. Bend the elbows, open the chest. Circle the arms up, palms together in front of the chest. Place that right elbow on that left thigh. Again, drop the hand down, lift the arm up. We got a bit of a twist within the body. Bring in the block here, if that's more comfortable. Woo! I dropped too, lifting it to the highest height. That might be a better option. Coming up, coming back up into that high lunge. Plant the hands on the mat. Step back into a downward facing dog. This time begin to walk your hands towards your feet. And from here, you're just gonna roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, rolling the body up. Roll the shoulders up and back. And I want you to bring your feet out to the end of your mat. And we're gonna come down into a Malasana squat. And this is where you might wanna bring in your block. So begin to squat down. Your block at your highest height. So you can sit on it like so. Pressing your elbows in your inner thighs. Or you might have it at the other height. The lowest height. Or you might remove it altogether. Pressing those elbows in. You can move side to side, all good. Opening up the hips. Back straight, looking ahead. Plant the palms into the mat. Begin to straighten the legs. Bring your feet together into a hip width distance position. And then begin to walk your hands out along your mat, coming back into your downward facing dog. Drop the knees to the mat. Keep the knees hip width distance or open them up into a child's pose. coming up. Straighten the legs out, drop your belly onto the mat. Palms into a pillow where you can drop your cheek, and then you're just gonna bring your left leg out to the side like so. Take a few breaths here before we switch sides. Bring that left leg back in. Switch over to the other side. Drop the head the other way around. So looking to the right side of the body. When you're ready, bring that leg back in. Come up into a seated position of your choice, as always. And just bring your palms together in front of the chest. Take a moment here to digest everything we've just done, thinking about the intention that you had at the start of this practice, embracing how you feel, embracing life, embracing what's to come, showing gratitude for what you have now. Hands to the forehead, thumbs to the forehead for clarity of mind. Thumbs to the lips for words of kindness. Bring your hands to your heart for love. Love for you, those around you, and everything that you hold dear to you. I hope that you enjoyed this practice. May you continue to feel, explore, and connect with your body and mind. Thank you so much for being here with me. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And as always, please share your thoughts in the comments. I love to read how you feel after a practice, and I respond to absolutely everyone. Thank you so much.